Hello friends and my dear students. So as in the last session we have discussed about the force analysis of worm gear drive. So we will see some numericals based on this force analysis of worm gear drive. Let's recall this. This is also mentioned in detail in the previous session. You can go through that. So in that we have discussed about the different forces of acting on the worm as well as on the worm wheel. Okay. The suffix which we have used, one for the worm and two for the worm wheel. We have also seen that these calculations as well as we have calculated the tangential axial and radial load for the worm and tangential axial and radial load for the worm wheel. Now as you can see in this numerical that a pair of worm and worm wheel is designated or is specified as 3/60/10/6 and the worm is transmitting 50 kilowatt power at a speed of 1440 rpm to the worm wheel. Means power and rpm is given, then you can calculate the value of torque, which is mt. The coefficient of friction is 0.1 and normal pressure angle is 20 degree, means alpha is given, and determine the component of the gear tooth force acting on the worm and worm wheel. Ultimately you have to calculate the values of worm and worm wheel forces which are acting on that. So kilowatt means power is given, normal rpm is given, mu is coefficient of friction is given, alpha is your pressure angle, z1 this is z1, z2, then q your quotient, then m. Okay, m is 6, q is what? Q is d1 by m. D1 is your circle diameter of worm divided by module. So d1 you can calculate by multiplying module into q. So quotient 6 into 10 means 60 will be the pitch circle diameter of the worm. Now if you know the pitch circle diameter, then you can calculate the value of gamma, which is z1 by q. So with the help of that you are ready with the gamma, value of gamma. Now you have to calculate the value of torque, which is 60, means with the help of 2 pi nt by 60, that is the formula of the power. With the help of that you can calculate the value of torque. So if you are ready with the torque, then you can calculate the value of tangential load, which is 2 mt by d1. D1 you have already evaluated here, as you can see here. Okay, so if you are ready with the value of p1, which is your p1t or tangential load acting on the worm, then you can calculate the value of p1a, which is axial load acting on the worm, which is p1t multiplied with cos alpha cos gamma minus mu sin gamma divided by cos alpha sin gamma plus mu cos gamma. Alpha and gamma values is already known to you as of now till now, and p1t you have calculated. So with the help of that you can calculate the value of axial force. Now the last one is your radial load acting on the worm. Mention this thing in your mind that we are just calculating the value of radial load here, not anything else. So we will see that radial load of worm. Okay, so this is p1t multiplied with sin alpha divided by cos alpha sin gamma plus mu cos gamma. So these are the values. Alpha and gamma is known to you, and tangential load you have already calculated. So if you will keep these values, then you will get the value of radial load. So now you are ready with the radial load, axial load and tangential load acting on the worm. So with the help of equations, these equations are already written over here, that if you know the values of worm p1t, p1a and p1r, then you can also use these relationship to calculate the value of forces acting on worm wheel. P2t is equals to p1a, p2a is equals to p1t, and p2r means the radial load acting on the worm will be equals to the radial load acting on the worm wheel, and axial and tangential force are reversed or exchanged. Okay, similarly you can just write down these values in the component of tooth forces acting on the worm wheel. So this you can evaluate, and similarly you can also try such numericals in your practice and fetch up the formulas with the help of design data book if you can get it. Okay, note those pages in your notebook, so that whenever you are practicing you should not miss these formulas, and most of the time you will get most of means all formulas related to the designing of the gear drives in your design data book. So recall those formulas. I am just scrolling this PDF so that you can recall the formulas by your own or with the help of your design data book. Okay, so this is all about as of now. We'll come up with the next topic in upcoming sessions about the friction in the worm gear and other strength criteria and strength analysis of the worm gear drive. Thank you so much for your Essence Hearing, and do subscribe Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel for more such updates about different branches of engineering like mechanical, electrical, civil, and computer science engineering. Thank you so much.